In the 1200s, the Polabians lived along the Spree River and fished out of Köln and Bilo, today's Berlin. They went to the Church of St. Peter in Köln and welcomed German speakers, though it was not their language. Yeah. We're still at 5 minutes. I can get 5 minutes per slide, too. I can talk a lot more. All right. St. Peter's grew as the cities grew together. The center of gravity, this is the church in 1690. It was around this time, after a war concerning religion, that the Berliners invited in refugees for the first time. The city fortified itself, but still managed to protect the new refugees. Jews in the north and Huguenots in the west. The Jews did not have rights, but they now had a home. The Huguenots were treated like family. The Huguenots were even given the church at Gendarmenmark on the right, to match the German church on the left. Gendarmenmark embodies the politics of tolerance. In 1730, during the construction of St. Peter's new tower, the church burned to the ground when lightning struck. Simultaneously, the Jews in Berlin were having their rights limited further. By the end of the 1800s, the new and glorious St. Peter's had risen out of the ashes of Petriplatz, now a more tolerant society with equal rights for all. In 1933, the Reichstag burns. First, they came for the communists, and I did not speak out because I was not a communist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. This is in Berlin, Fasanenstraße Synagogue, 1938, the night of broken glass. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me. Pastor Martin Niemöller on the failure of human solidarity. This is St. Peter's after World War II, burned by the SS on suspicion of being a Soviet organizing ground. And the new divisions in Berlin. In 1961, as St. Peter's is razed by the East German government, the wall goes up. Relationships are torn to shreds. Here, people wave to their loved ones over the wall. In 1989, East Germans peacefully tear down the wall with their bare hands. Overnight, one form of oppression is defeated and the world celebrates together. In 1992, politicians rail against Balkan refugees fleeing genocide. Neo-Nazism on the rise, 2 youths associated with attacks on refugees burn history at Sachsenhausen concentration camp to the north of Berlin. This spring, Ai Weiwei wrapped Gendarmenmark with refugees' life preservers, collected from Lesbos, representing the inaction and xenophobia we are surrounded with against the backdrop of a former Huguenot tolerance. History does not repeat itself, but it rhymes.
Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. In 2007, Claudia Mellish excavated the foundation of St. Peter's Church and Latin School at Petriplatz, and to the right, the charred foundations of the fire of 1730. Out of the ashes, a group of Muslims, Jews, and Christians will resurrect Petriplatz with a shared space of worship and secular learning atop the actual foundation of St. Peter's Church. We created an artwork to frame the space. We collected fingerprints from the religious, from children who visited the site, and from the archaeologists. This child's grandfather told us people need to be more tolerant. The fingerprints all look like they belong when they're collected onto the same hand. With charcoal, we used the ancient style of the pigment blow over our hands, combined with the drawn fingerprints to represent the human solidarity of Petriplatz. In addition to showing solidarity to your fellow humans, feel free to donate to the House of One.
Thank you very much.